Muster your courage, men! Our men are winning the battle.
We want this guy to get committed in.
If we continue
Now
like this, we will smash them.
They're not going to just like fight the man-to-man and win. We're just going to run right through their archers here. We're not here for them. Good, they're shooting the mercenaries. That's what soldiers are for. It's their job to die.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
This is when you do all the casualties, is when you run them down. You need to give me better marriage candidates. The public order is impossible to manage. You actually want to tax at the highest rate. No, there's nothing. There's the wind. No! That's tough. I want there to be permanent damage done. Alright. We're gonna do what Hassan and Ethan never could, which is save the Holy Land. Let's go!
The Holy Lands, Outremer, a land of faith, a land of war.
A land of Sneed, a
Byzantium,
land of feed.
the majestic gateway to the east and the Crusades. The Principality of Antioch, a proud Crusader state and home to the Hospitallers. Jerusalem, the holy city, a kingdom forged by blood, steel, and faith. A place revered by the faithful and coveted by many. In the east, the mighty Seljuks, led by Nur ed-Din, fighting to drive the accursed Crusaders into the sea. And to the south rises the cunning Salah al-Din, builder of an empire ready to grind the Crusaders into the desert sands. This is a time of faith, a time of battle, a time of total war.
Alright. So, generally I think it's better for playing as Jerusalem in this game is to go south. It's just basically rush the delta down here, because the Turks are going to be busy fighting the Byzantines, and Edessa, the Principality of Edessa, stands between them anyway. So it's like, it buys you some time. Obviously there's some like rebel outposts here that you want to take too, but honestly I just like to form a giant army and literally just march straight into the delta. Because you usually run into Saladin and you want to fight him, obviously. And we're going to...
God's servant.
That'd be some conversion too.
In God's name.
Ships ready!
Your Majesty. Without question,
You want to be careful about allying Edessa though.
Where to, sire?
You just want to be careful about allying really anyone in this game. Because AI has a tendency to just drag you into stupid shit. Right, who do we have here? Gerard, he's 2 command.
Sire.
Yeah, okay.
Hail, my king, my lord. Assembling a mighty host
You don't
of your
want to keep your
troops,
cavalry in
sire.
the cities like
By
this.
your
It's just not
command.
very useful.
Combining forces, sire.
But you need
Hail,
infantry
my
to be
king.
able to use the siege weapons, so, you know.
Orders. Yes, sire. Merging armies, my lord. Hail, my king.
This guy, mounted sergeants, this is like a useless unit. Kind of. I'm just gonna kill this guy.
Yes, Your Highness. God's servant. On my way.
As you can see, obviously, we start with very little, well, more of the land than probably is historical, but actually, I don't know. There was a lot of Christians in the Holy Land during this period, more than is often portrayed in,
By your command.
like
Joining
movies and shit.
forces, my lord.
The way you know how many Christians were in the Holy Land in this period is when, after the end of the First Crusade, when they took Jerusalem, they massacred the non-Christian population of the city.
Sire.
And we know basically a pretty good number of how
Hail,
many
my
they
king.
massacred.
Yes.
And so you can kind of do some backwards math on that. And a majority of the city probably wasn't Christian, but close. So maybe 48 is actually correct, now that I think about it.
Orders, sire. As you wish.
So these
Combining
bows,
forces, sire.
these archers friggin' just
My lord.
suck.
sire, by your
in
command.
the field.
Hail my king!
They're useful on the walls, but they suck in the field.
Hail my king!
So see, we're just gonna try to get as much as we can here together into this one army.
Joining forces, my lord.
Because, you know, it's not too hard to defend in this game. Especially against the AI. And we're playing on normal. I'm not fucking Legend of Total War. But, like, you can defend with pretty minimal
Hail my king!
forces.
With honor, sire.
Because all you have to do is essentially, the AI will have a certain amount of siege engines. And if you can just destroy them, or prevent anyone, like kick the guys off of them who are on them, the siege essentially just ends.
Orders. By your command.
Because they can't get over the walls, right? This isn't like the later games where they pull ladders literally out of their ass.
Hail my king! By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Start the
Laying
siege.
siege, noble sire.
Where to, sire? Can't spy
Want Damascus.
there,
Damascus
sire.
is a good city.
Of course, sire.
Now these units, these guys, the Knights of Tripoli are pretty useful. Might want to take them, not have them just be sitting in the city.
Your orders, sire.
See, it's worth it to do trade,
What is it
but
you
it's
wish
really
to
not
say?
worth it to be. I mean, you start as allies, so I guess whatever. But
Adieu, senor.
you want to trade with the Byzantines. The Byzantines you can make a lot of money trading from, for obvious reasons. Karak. This is in Kingdom of Heaven. It's where the Reynald de Chatillon is from.
Hail my king! Yes, my liege.
Oh, I didn't build buildings. Oh well, it's one turn. Yeah, usually AI doesn't go south like that. That's fine. He can have that one. It's not the end of the world. Okay, what do we want? We want food? We want food. You want to queue up a zillion things, because you really don't know when you're going to need to build some stuff. So do we have too many forts here? That's the next question. You really want as little forts as possible, because they're not as useful. In the sense that they don't make you money. And you only need enough forts where you need to recruit from. So like this city, Arsuf, this does not need to be a fort. Whereas, and obviously Jerusalem is not a fort. Ascalon, that could be a fort, because you're going to want to reinforce your guys as they come this way. Karak, at least for now, should be a fort, because you've got these two armies here. Akka should be a city, which it is. Tyre is a castle right now, and okay, these really should be flipped, but whatever. We're gonna get another city here, so that's fine. We can build up here. And you definitely want trade. Okay, so we gotta get ready for these two stacks and see kind of where they're gonna be going. I want to recruit. Get just some chaff to consolidate when they show up. The one useful thing about having cavalry on the defense is that you can have them leave the castle like early in the battle and potentially run down the guys on the siege engines. That's one time when they are useful. But if they have like if their army is big enough that you can't like isolate their siege engines and stuff and take them out early, the cavalry is really useless inside the city itself. Really want to get the farms as soon as possible because you want to get that population growth going. Oh, you can upgrade stuff. And you want to get the walls when you can because it's not going to grow past a certain population without expanding the city, which is what upgrading walls does. So like in this case, it's better to build the walls before the farm because if you build the farm, it's not going to make it grow faster because there's no like capacity, you know.
God be with you, dear ally.
Hail my king! As you will, my king.
Now we could
To battle.
assault this and win. I mean, we definitely can assault this and win.
We shall prevail in
Might get
this.
some
Hail my
mercenaries
king!
actually. So we're sitting on a lot of money. Let's do this first. So the question is, do we keep going to Egypt, or do we go back and fight these two?
Yalla, my Sibni Lawandi, infidel.
The thing is,
Yalla, my
these
Sultan
Muslim,
wishes you
the
dead.
Arab armies are better in the field because they have good cavalry.
Hail, my king.
They have, and they have horse archers especially. Not very good for sieges,
honor,
so I kind of would rather fight them
As
in
you
siege
command,
here.
my liege.
And look, he's all divided here. If we get Dumyat, that'd be good because it's a fort. And I think it's gonna draw them this way anyway. And if we do that, then we can consolidate another army and then come from behind them. Confuse the AI. Let's just assault
Hail,
this.
my king.
The safer thing to do
As
would be
you
to
will,
wait,
my king.
but it's
To
only
battle.
normal. I mean,
Muster your courage,
I'm not
men.
like an expert at
We
this game. I
march
play
into
this game a
battle.
lot, and I'm still not like incredible at it. But we need to get a speech here. We should.
I've heard men speak well of me because I do not throw lives away needlessly, and I gain victory for those who follow me. I will not use false modesty and deny these things. Indeed, I say proudly that they are true. I will give you victory, if you have the guts to fight like devils when I ask it. Our foes are rebels and traitors. They deserve nothing but the edge of a blade upon their stinking necks. And a sword is a merciful end to them, for they should face the gallows. I see the foe dare not fight us man to man, but must rely on a woman's stratagem of throwing things at us. And finally, I tell you that I have fought many battles. I face this one with the knowledge that I have followed the cross and done God's work. Because I have done that, He will not allow me to face defeat. Victory is ours, for it is the gift of our Lord.
Another feature that was taken out of the later games, they don't have speeches anymore. I think the last one that had it was Attila. As much as I don't like Attila because it uses the Rome 2 engine, Attila, of all the like Rome 2 games, engine games, and all the problems that they have, Attila is probably the best one as far as returning features. Do we have another? No, they're very cavalry heavy. And that is a problem, because you gotta get through the gates. And the thing is, even when we get, I'm sure we'll get through the gates, because we have three rams here. The problem is, even when we do, like the pathfinding for cavalry, just in general inside cities, is so bad, and your cavalry just doesn't, for what they cost, they do not fight as well as you would want inside the city, which is fine. It's like a balancing thing, I get it. But they basically just fight like better infantry, like slightly better infantry, but their costs like twice as much, right? So it's not very cost efficient. And we're gonna spread. You want to spread this out because you want like multiple breaches. So we'll put one guy over here. That way he has to cover more of the wall. We'll have this guy go, and because they're wooden walls, you can actually knock the walls down with the ram, not just the gate. So he'll knock down right here. He'll go for the gate, and the other guy will go for the gate. Or he'll go for this wall, I guess. No, he'll go for the gate. Okay, he's got some archers. Yeah, see, look at this big fucking mob here. This is gonna be such a pain in the ass to fight through. Luckily, a lot of this is cavalry too, so, you know. If you look carefully, you can see Hassan in here somewhere. Yeah, so they're not even going to contend the walls, it looks like. Probably a good move.
Our men have reached the gate with the battery.
gonna try to use my infantry
Battering ram has done its
because
work.
these guys are easier to
Now is
replace.
the time for brave hearts and brave
That's what
deeds.
soldiers are for. It's their job to die.
My lord, we've breached our enemy's walls. Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
All right, this is actually good. These guys are spearmen, and these are what? Oh, they heavy cavalry. But they might not actually win, but they'll perform well, like cost efficiently. Oh shit! I didn't realize these guys are archers. That was a mistake. Come bail them out. I'm just gonna tell these guys to flee. They're not helping me by dying over here. These guys are helping me by dying, so they can continue to die. But
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
I think we're gonna come in through here. Looks like. Mounted goons. These guys are gonna be tough. Actually, these guys need support. Yeah, okay, we got these guys out in the open. Good. See, the archer did do something. They pulled these guys out here. Want a good charge? Come on, don't get caught on each other. Luckily, we did break the wall down, so even though our infantry are fleeing here, it's not like it's gonna like close the gate or anything. This is what I mean by saying like these cavalry are gonna win this. It's just not gonna be very efficient because these guys are pretty expensive, and that's why you kind of have to be on top of your finances. You just kind of have to, unless you're like super good at the game and like know all the exploits and stuff, like like you said, like Legend of Cold War, like you're not gonna fight them. Like, you're gonna. These sieges are supposed to be attritional in the sense that you're not gonna have a good kill ratio. Now there's some tricks you can do where you can take the fort without fighting.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Okay, we're gonna try to come around here. See if we can squeeze through. These guys are gonna take their place. You guys can. That's fine. You broke the walls down, that's really all I expected you to do. These guys through. The problem is, what would be nice of doing all the surrounding like this is that you come out, you charge at multiple sides to break their morale, but because this is a siege, you can't break their morale in the square here.
Our men are winning the battle.
To the death.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
These guys are like gonna get wiped out. I mean, they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna win this little fight over here, but that's why these sieges suck. I don't want to avoid them. Luckily, they put their heavy cavalry and their dismantled heavy cavalry at the walls, so we were able to fight those in a more favorable position. What you want, the worst thing that can happen is to have like a ton of heavy like stuff stuck in the square.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Because you have to fight them to the death, and it just sucks. It sucks so bad. You have to. It's like just super attritional and you spend a lot.
Heavy cavalry!
We're gonna get some of our experienced guys who've been fighting out before they get wiped. Because you want to keep the experience.
The Lord is with us today.
And you can retrain.
Captured the enemy's walls.
I think this is a fort too, so we'll be able to retrain faster, or like sooner than otherwise. Let's get this guy out. Let's get this guy out. Let's get this guy out. Let's bring in these guys. That's the other way you do this, is you get them stuck in the middle here and you just shoot them from like just outside the circle to like weaken them as much as possible. It's hard to do that as Jerusalem though, you don't have a lot of good... I guess you can have crossbows, but you're not like primarily like a ranged faction.
The battle is very much in our favor.
Here,
if we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
It's Constable of Jerusalem guy.
By St. George, our men have taken control of the city.
It takes a while to retrain him because he's a special unit.
Heavy cavalry! Attack! The enemy army flees the field. All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
I thought that was going to be Pyrrhic, but...
Glory, honor, victory! God be praised. He has granted us victory.
And we want to get a church out pretty quickly for public order reasons. Alright, let's see if he can retrain anything. Nope, not yet. What we can do is, I know they can in tires, so we're going to take some of these guys and immediately send them back to retraining.
My lord. Orders.
While we have the chance.
Yes,
It's not like the rebels in Damascus are going to attack us, you know. These guys, I actually don't think they could be... These are Knights of... Wait, are these Knights of Jerusalem, or are they...
Orders.
Because there's some of these you can't retrain because they're like special. I think these guys you can't. I'm going to send all these back and see what happens.
Yes, sire.
Okay, so the Knights of Jerusalem are ones we can retrain, but the Templar Knights are not. That's fine. I know there's a way to get the Templars back. You have to like let them build in your cities or whatever. Send a guy over here to manage
Hail,
the
my
city.
king!
You want to have a guy, general in each of your cities, pretty much. At least at this stage in the game, because he
Hail,
gives
my
them bonuses.
king! By your will, sire, we shall engage.
We're going to send these guys down here.
My lord.
So we're not doing anything up here.
By your command. Sire, as you wish.
I'm sure Edessa
We
will do
can go
his
no
job.
further today, sire.
Yeah. He lost. He lost to the rebels. Wow. Send an emissary to... Sure, why not?
Yes, my lord. Yes, sire. Sire.
So another feature that's been lost is these little movies. Let's see if our guy gets caught. No. No, there's nothing. There's the wind. No! That's tough. I was disguised as a dead body. Great job, dude. There goes Perkin. Merchant. Merchant would be useful. Do we have anywhere that has good merchant production? Because the skill level of the merchant is determined by some of the buildings. So, it's a little bit esoteric. There's a couple things in this game that are not, like,
Hail,
really
my
obvious
king.
how they work.
As you command, my liege. By God's will, we have triumphed. By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Alright, let's see what he says about the Arabs. I'm sure he'll be very understanding. Very multicultural.
I think you all know my quality, men. I would not lead you onto the field of battle without good cause. We are not here to dance a cavotte or pavane. We are here for the grim business of killing. I promise that I will make sure it is our foes who do any dying that is needed. All I ask of you is that you fight like men possessed if needed. Our Egyptian foes should pray to their god, as shortly they will be judged before him. We will send them all to heaven or hell soon enough. Now, lads, this will need courage. We must advance into a hail of missiles and then kill them. I have fought long and hard in the service of our Lord. My sins have long since been washed away in battle, fighting his enemies and those of Mother Church. This battle will wash away your sins too, if you fight with courage and with the Lord's name on your lips.
Very compelling argument saying that now is a perfect time to die because you'd be dying in a state of grace and therefore be saved. Much better argument than what the guy makes in what is it, Kingdom of Heaven, where he's like, you must die for our control of this city, but actually no one really deserves this city. It's everybody's city. It's like, that's not what's going to get people to die for you. Okay, so I predict that he's going to have cavalry, archer cavalry. Archer cavalry sucks. And by sucks, I mean like they're good, and they're a real pain in the ass to deal with. Now, we do have Turcopoles. This is why I got these guys, because they can at least like keep up with them, which is good. But this infantry, I'm worried about this infantry. I think it's just going to get picked apart. I guess their army is not that big, so it's not going to be, we should be okay, but the problem is that our heavy cavalry is pretty much too slow to keep up with anything but their heaviest cavalry archers. Which means that you have to like approach them from multiple directions and sort of like herd them like cattle to be able to charge into them. But we're going to keep our infantry over here in the woods so that they get that little bonus to being undercover. This is one time when having those archers may have been useful, but let's see. Yeah, of course he takes the hill. Again, another thing that the AI now doesn't know how to do in Warhammer, or not Warhammer, well, in Warhammer, but also in most Total War games, is they don't value elevation, because I think they took the elevation bonuses out, so yeah, look. Now these guys are out of position. So we're going to take some of our cavalry here, align them here, so that they can charge in if we can kind of corral them, like I was describing. these guys march across the field, because they're useful at the very least as like a blocking detachment. Sort of like what the police do. You want a guy to be there just so there is a guy there, so that he can't go that direction. And our general is going to stay back with these two infantry. This way. Have the infantry march up the hill, take a break, not immediately charge, and then charge at them, because you don't want to charge uphill. It's bad for stamina, and you get a malice. A lot of the stuff like the stuff about elevation is actually not in the newer games, and I don't know why, because you think it'd be easy. Or it's in them, like in Rome 2, I think it's in there, but it's just like a modifier. It doesn't actually make them charge like faster. It's like less of trying to be like a simulation and more just a bunch of modifiers. To be fair, there's like this game does have modifiers in it. It's just, you know, there's a balance. Otherwise, you get the way like the Warhammer games are now, where they look amazing, they have great art, great unit design, but then the actual way the units work is not very interesting. Okay, so these guys are. Yeah, so see, these guys are horse archers. These guys, I cannot do anything about these guys with the infantry. The infantry are literally just gonna have to sit here and get shot, and just prevent them from going that direction, right? And we'll try to get them some help over here, but it's gonna take some time. Here we go. We want them to come in like this. Oops. Those are Turco poles. Right here. The Turco poles are probably going to be the only thing that can actually hit them. Okay, look, we got behind them here. Good. This is good. We want to make it so that there's no way they can run and not run into our guys. That's the goal. Because we're not going to catch up to them like just by running at them, you know? And these guys are just going to have to take it for a little while because I can't get over there. But in melee,
our men are winning the battle.
In melee combat, we will win.
We will smash the enemy.
Okay, we don't want to fight dismounted ghouls and charge like that. But we do want to charge into these guys. When they're there. Look at this, now we got them surrounded. This is exactly what we want. Our infantry's taking a beating over here, but like I said, there's really nothing we can do about that right now. Just keep pushing them into the corner. Get them out of the fight. No, don't charge. You're not supported. Alright, see, we just completely wiped out, like, half their army over here. Because we surrounded them. Now we go in. You want it all to happen pretty, like, sequentially. You don't want one guy to go in, then, you know, fights for 20 minutes, and then another guy to go in. You want everyone to go in at the same time to shock them. Okay, good. We're making a mistake over here. Come on, guys. Go. Those guys are in. Alright, here we go. I could just charge right in, but we're not going to. We're going to go around. We want to hit these guys in the rear so that the cavalry we do have here have nowhere to run. I mean, the infantry's going to have to hold out for a little longer, but that's what the infantry's for. The infantry's here to get guys stuck so that we can maneuver around with our maneuver units and then come in. Now they're all surrounded. What's happening over
here? The enemy are badly bloodied.
Yep, you
got trapped. They have lost half their men.
And now we're charging on the downhill, so this is just where we want to be. Alright, stop. The infantry's not going to catch up to him. There's no reason to waste their stamina by having them run like that. This guy, however, this guy's got to go. He's in a perfect position to get crushed here. That's why we have him stop. He could have run all the way here, but now he's in a position to block the guy's retreat.
Behold how our cowardly
keep
foe
going.
runs. It's time to
Try to
press
kill as
the
many
attack.
guys as possible. Or at least capture them because they're fleeing. Alright, there we go. I think everybody's off the field now.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
We got a clear victory. Now, as you can tell, we vastly outnumber them, which is a big reason why we won. It's some good units, though. So, are we gonna ransom?
Wise and fair choice, to be sure. Yes, you have honor, we see. No, do not do this. Show Allah's mercy.
Now, of course, there's really no reason to execute
don't-
because you could get money out of it, and like these units will go back to them. But
No. An honorable, glorious victory. Hail, my king. As you command, my
Next one.
liege. By your will,
They ran
sire,
away.
we shall engage.
Okay.
Glory,
the way-
honor.
Now, I don't know what's over here.
victory.
There's probably some armies over
I'm
here, so there
afraid
might be some
not,
big
my
fights
liege.
ahead. But we'll see.
As you will, my king. To battle.
Where to, sire?
Okay, so yes, we've drawn his armies this way. This is exactly what you want to do. You want these armies to go over here, right? Then towards you, because while they're going over here, you can put together another army. Okay, good. We got a knight there. We want Turcopoles. We want some kind of horse archer so that we can at least catch up to theirs potentially and do something, right? Because otherwise we're in the situation we were in that battle where we just have infantry standing there and getting shot. You can't really do anything.
By your command.
Is everywhere constructing? Yep. Okay. We probably could have taken another rebel settlement by now. They need to give me better marriage candidates. Okay, we should go. We should go now. At least put it under siege.
Hail, my king.
Because then if they, they sally out and attack you, they'll just get destroyed.
By
have
your
all this
will,
cavalry.
sire, we shall engage. Laying siege, noble sire. We shall prevail.
Yes, sire. Merging armies, my lord.
Surprised I can't retrain that infantry. Oh, it's because I need these garrison quarters. That's why you don't queue up a whole bunch of shit, see? Be flexible.
Orders. By your
Some
command.
guys here. So, we don't want public order. The other thing that you want to do, and this is more of a main campaign thing, you actually want to tax at the highest rate. And that might seem strange, but the reason why is because if... What is this? Okay. Oh, it's the cast. Oh, shit. It's because the way tax works in this game is obviously gives you more money, but what it also does is it impacts how fast the city grows. So like this one that's a village, I'm going to keep this at normal because I want this to grow. But Jerusalem, if your cities grow too fast, the public order is impossible to manage. And you'll end up, you'll like be suffering from success essentially, where your city's growing super fast and you just can't keep control of public order. And you don't want to keep like giant armies in the cities, obviously, I'm going to do... So it may seem counterintuitive, but high tax ultimately can solve more public order problems than it causes.
Hail, my king!
Where'd this guy come from?
As you command, my liege.
Oh, this is... Who's this?
Despite being an infidel,
This is
I
Saladin's
respect
son?
you in battle.
Oh, this guy's
Hail,
gotta
my
go.
king! As you will, my king, to battle. Muster your courage, men! Time for battle has come, but it is not my way to send men into needless peril or throw lives away. Be assured, I will not ask any more of you than I would ask of myself. I ask only that you fight with honor and do not turn your back to the foe. Together, then, we will have victory, for such is to my taste and my custom in battle. Our foes today are masters of falsehood and trickery. These Egyptians doubtless have plans to win the day, but they are fools to believe that they can prevail against brave men. Our horsemen are equally matched, I see.
Yes.
But hard fighting has never bothered honest soldiers. You know me. I have slain many heretics, pagans, heathens, and
You have. In that
malefactors
last
for
battle,
our
you slayed
mother
700.
church. I stand with you now as a man of war, your general, who would lead you to another victory in God's name. Let us go forth and conquer!
I didn't mention the faction heir. I think there's a unique line if it's the faction leader, but not the faction heir. We don't want our cavalry behind like this. We want them to be ready to go. This doesn't. Maybe keep one just to charge through them. Like it's a lot easier to like go through units in the other games, so you have them behind. But in this one, you really want your cavalry to be very unencumbered. So this is just a straight up staring match here. What do they got? These archers? No, so yeah, these are desert. These guys are not good, but these guys are good. These guys are like the equivalent of my knights, so we've got to be careful about these guys. They will run over my infantry if they can hit them from multiple sides. Luckily, we outnumber them enough that I highly doubt that that's going to happen. Oops. We're just gonna walk. I want to waste our stamina running across this whole field. And yeah, that means you're gonna get hit by arrows, but you know, this isn't like Warhammer where the range like just destroys everything. I mean, you take damage, but again, it's their job. I would rather have those archers shooting at these guys than my cavalry that's gonna be maneuvering around the sides. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can have cavalry on each side, kind of like what I'm doing here, or you can have one really heavy flank and try to position your infantry to kind of come in at an angle, and then the heavy flank comes in alongside them at the opening side. Now these Turcopoles, I don't want them to be in the shooting match with the foot infantry. It's just not what they're here for. They're here to harass their heavy cavalry, and if they have any ranged cavalry. Good, they're shooting the mercenaries. Now they don't have any good infantry, they just have these archers. So when my infantry get across the field like this, they're gonna have to engage it with their cavalry, which is exactly what we want. We want their cavalry to charge right into our line. It's gonna kill a bunch of our infantry, but it's gonna get them stuck. And then our guys over here from the sides will come in. what you want to do with heavy cavalry like this, you don't want to kill every horseman, right? That's too hard. You just want to shock their morale enough that they run away. That way you don't have to kill them. Alright. Now is when we charge. And we're just going to run right through their archers here. We're not here for them. Like I said, we're trying to pin down the cavalry here. Now these guys will lose in a 1v1 against these heavy cavalry. They're not going to just like fight them man to man and win. But that's not what we're going to have to do here.
Our men are winning the battle.
We want this guy to get committed in.
If we continue
Now
like this, we will smash the enemy.
Okay. See, this guy's, yeah, okay, he's running away. Good. Now they come in. Get him as they're running. Go on, keep going. All the way.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
They've already lost half their guys. Run them off the field. You don't want too many to get off the field. What we want is their morale to break so that we can run them down as they're getting off the field. You don't want them to get over the border, though.
By St. George!
There we
We've
go.
captured the enemy's general!
Oh, captured. Perfect.
The enemy general, behold how our
No, keep
cowardly foe runs. It's time to
Now,
press the
this is when you do all the casualties, is when you run them down. And the infantry, you guys can all take a break. You don't need to. Your job is over. Want to be careful here, so these Turkopolls don't shoot their own guys. A bit more than what I wanted to got away, but that's the nature of them having a large cavalry army. But we got the air, we achieved the objective, which was, besides just winning the battles, we got the air, and we killed at least half of them.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
Ransom value 8,000.
Yes,
It's a lot of money.
the Sultan will
You
pay.
could use it. Probably pay for itself multiple times over. Be really smart to ransom these guys.
No!
An honorable, glorious victory! Hail, my
And we do
king!
a night attack so that the
As
garrison
you
doesn't come
command,
in.
my liege. Glory to your name, sire!
Siege
We
and
attack!
assault the garrison. We'll have to build at least one ram, I guess. Actually, it might have been smart to fight him, because then I think you automatically take the city. That might have been a mistake on my part. Should have let him come in, and then I think when he dies, the city just, like, you automatically falls because you're close enough. Oh well.
In war, there's nothing so becomes a man as bravery before your enemies. A man can be afraid and still be brave, and any man who faces battle without concern is a moonstruck fool. To be brave is to go forward anyway, no matter how afeared. That is why I go forward, in the company of so many other brave men. Our Egyptian foes should pray to their god, as shortly they will be judged before him. We will send them all to heaven or hell soon enough. I see the foe dare not fight us man to man, but must rely on a woman's stratagem of throwing things at us. And remember, my enemies know that I am a brave man by repute, and I do not willingly keep company with poltroons. You are all picked, brave men here, and the enemy know this. Your bravery already unmans them. Let's do the rest and finish them!
Oh, we got a nice slope here. Cool. Let's take advantage of that. Could use for some retraining. That's why what I'll do after I take this fort is I'll see if I can retrain. I don't think that this fort is going to let me because it looks small. But I might send maybe one or two of these units back to Ascalon and retrain there. Which means that this turn I need to start sending troops to, like, you know, you want it to be like an exchange, right? That way your army isn't over here, because these guys are by themselves here, like in Egypt, right? I really don't want them to get stuck in that fort that I take. Get trapped, and then they just get, like, you know, they send in every army. A lot of infantry, looks like. Okay, we got light cavalry, we've got more archers, and yeah, we have dismounted golems. These golems, the dismounted heavy golems, we're going to want to break their morale by charging them from multiple directions at the same time. Just fighting them just in a slog is bad. And yeah, they've got some horse archers here. Alright, they're coming up at us. That's good. Make them run up the hill. Probably get at these guys at least. Skirmish with their horse archers. See who's better. Guys go at it with each other while they're here. I'm gonna get shot at, but again, it's their job. See if we can run the archers off. I want to bait him into, you know, running up this hill.
Are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will
these
smash
guys will
the enemy.
stay away from these guys. They're quite strong. Over here.
Are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
You guys really losing the archers? Oh, no, it's desert cavalry. This guy's gonna get off the field. He has 2 silver chevrons. I don't want to lose him. He's worth sending back to retrain.
Are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Alright, here we go. I think he's what's he doing? He's coming up the left. This guy's Google's coming around, okay. It's fine. Move our infantry in and meet them in case they decide to charge
Our men have
into
slain the Saracen general. Now we must send his men running back to the desert.
Okay, so he's gonna get a morale debuff now. Alright, let's start setting up the kill on these heavy infantry.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Like I said, we don't want to just charge into this heavy infantry. We want it to be kind of a setup. These guys are over here. We'll do one at a time. Send these guys in first because they're weaker. Take the brunt of the charge. And when they turn around after being charged by these guys will go on. See? Now we go in. Should break them. Are they wavering?
The enemy army flees the field.
They're broke.
Pursue.
Now we don't even have to really fight these guys. These are the 2 strongest units, so we're not going to have to actually fight them. We're just going to run them down as they run away because they're completely shattered. That's what you want to do. You want to pick out their strongest units and you want to fight them the least. You want to just morale shock them so that they go away. Just shatter it. The other part of that is you want to attack them from multiple directions. You don't want to surround them. Because if you surround a unit, they fight to the death in this game, which is a pretty cool feature. It's not in some of the later ones. So you gotta be strategic about exactly. You want to hit them from like the front and then the other way, but then leave them a way to escape. That way they shatter, they start running that direction, and then you run them down with your cavalry. See? So like these golems, if we go on the list, I bet you they're gonna have like 0 kills, or maybe like 1 or 2 or something. Even though these were like their strongest units, and each of those like heavy golem cavalry could have beaten any of our infantry one-on-one. Because they're essentially the knights, just dismounted.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Just like... Oh, does it normally show ours? For some reason I thought it showed their stats too.
Glory, honor, victory!
Yeah, I should have taken that.
Hail, my
That was a
king!
mistake.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Right.
Laying siege, noble sire. We shall
Let's get some
prevail in this
reinforcements
siege,
together.
sire.
Sire, orders. As you wish, my lord. Orders. By your command. Joining forces, my lord. Sire. Yes, sire. We'll make camp here, sire.
Just keep guys going over there.
Orders. Sire. Yes. Combining
Consolidated
forces,
so they
sire.
don't get, you know, junked or something.
Hail, my king! As you will, my king! An honorable, glorious
We're gonna
victory!
exterminate because it's gonna rebel
My lord,
otherwise.
our courage
And we're not,
honor
okay, you
have
gotta understand,
conquered.
we're taking these lands over here. Like, these are not gonna pay themselves off for a while. We're taking them to make them useless to the enemy. In case these guys get surrounded and he just retakes it, right? I want there to be permanent damage done to these lands so that if I lose and he takes them, he's permanently weakened. It's the way it works.